Hi, and I'll say congratulations again. I think that sound and music and camera work is always very, very important, but in this film, the sound was incredibly important in setting a mood right off the beginning. And also the camera work, there were times where you actually felt like you were following behind the characters and peeking over their shoulders. Can you speak to that?
First, I would like to thank my composer, Michael Gallagher, who's here. Hi. Yes, there he is. So, anyway, before I shot, I got in contact with Michael, and I asked him to write music on the script and on what I kind of said. And he made like 22 songs, I guess, something like that, quite a lot. And when I started shooting, I asked the cameraman to listen to the music and also the actors and stuff, so they can have the rhythm of the film and could feel the film. That's why everything glows in a way sometimes, one in another.
So it's not just a film, it's also a dance in a way. You choreographed it in a way, is that?
That's what I tried.
I think you did a great job. I'm willing to take questions from the audience. Yes, sir?
Yes. Your film was introduced as having something to do with terrorism, and I still don't understand that the motivation wasn't ideological in any form or manner.
And so what's your question?
What is his definition of terrorism, or does he think his film has something to do with terrorism?
Do you think your film has something to do with terrorism?
No, not really. The film has something to do with the victims of terrorism or bomb attacks or whatever. So that was my only goal. I tried to get rid of the whole terroristic idea about religion and stuff, because I didn't want to point out this character. I wanted to point out the guys who were on the other side and were, let's say, the less lucky ones.
And I'll take another question. Yes, sir?
What was the significance of the birds in the film?
What was the significance of the birds in the film?
Yes, 2 or 3 transitions with birds.
There's a lot of birds in Belgium. No, in a way I wanted to show that my character is a dreamer, and his mind flies away all the time. So that's why he's, let's say, never focused. He always forget things, like, not only, okay, what can you see? It's like, it's difficult to see, but he had it not only once, but with his daughter too. He's just living in his own body, in his own mind, and forgets all the rest, actually.
And another question? Yes, sir?
How many takes did it take for that first opening scene when it was the one camera shot?
How many takes did that first scene take?
355. No. Well, quite a lot, actually. I think we did about 13 or 14 takes. And because what was really important is that it wouldn't take too long. Because actually it's like 4 or 5 minutes. And I didn't want him to rush too much. But he had to be very hasty, because he had to be out of this apartment as fast as possible without noticing it. So it took quite a lot of time to have the right rhythm. And once we had the right take with the right rhythm, I had my sound guy everywhere in the image. So I had to paint him away in post-production. So every corner you see, there's a guy with a boom in the image. He's not a friend anymore, though.
He's not a friend anymore? Yeah, he is, okay. Yes, ma'am?
Can you talk about your editing process and how much your script or story changed in post-production?
So you want to know about the editing process and how much the script changed in the, or not, in production, post-production?
Well, it almost stayed the same, only the introduction was totally different. When he comes into his work, he talks with the guy sitting there, and then he talks with another guy, and he had a lot of introduction scenes. I want to introduce more characters, but at the end of the story, it made it like a bit fake. And I thought, what the hell is he telling? Do I want to prove something with that? And actually, then I thought, yeah, actually it's better for the character. You see him alone, and there's not a lot of action in it, and you're really focused on him, because the story, he is the trigger of your story, and I didn't want all the rest to be around it. But because the other people who he saw or talked to. We never saw them again in the film. I left only the bum, because it made a good connection, and then you have like the feeling, oh, nothing gonna happen, this film is gonna be totally boring. So that's why I kept her.
Is there another question? Yes, all the way at the top.
First, I would like to thank you for shooting this movie.
Can you speak up just a little bit for us, please?
Okay, I would like to thank you for shooting this movie, because we rarely have this point of view of post-terrorism in the movie. And my question is that what exactly is the message?
What exactly is?
The message.
What exactly is the message?
People are not numbers. They're not 30 dead, 40 dead, 5,000 dead, 100 dead. They are people. That was my message.
There seemed to be a lot of space in the film. And it's very interesting because when you speak about the fact that, you know, everything started with the music, many times, I'm a musician, and many times people try to fill up the space with a lot of instrumentation, both in film that happens a lot, but you left a lot of space. And I'm assuming you did that intentionally. Can you speak to that?
Michael only had music for... what I really wanted to do is like, and it has two sides. I wanted to have silence, and painful silences, where the character, you feel that the character doesn't really know what is going on and what's going to happen next. Just as the viewer doesn't really know what's going to happen, because it's like a little box with there's a door here, he comes in there, and actually it's like a little puzzle, but you know, the puzzle pieces go in another, but there's no picture. And that was one thing. And then I wanted to have music, but very long pieces, like remarkable pieces, not just like ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, but really said, okay, let's have like 8 minutes of music here, and according some scenes together. So that's why I created a lot of contrasted in the film with music and silence.
So I'll take one more question. Yes, right in the middle.
Where was it shot? What city and what time of the day? Because it seems like ghost town. There's no extras, nobody.
Where was it shot and what time of the day?
It's shot in 3 cities, Brussels, Rotterdam, and Liège. And actually, I want to get after that he's, let's say, in this new life of New World. I didn't want any extras nor cars. I just wanted silence and my characters. I just wanted to focus on them. Not only because I didn't want too much recognition, nor for the viewers, nor for himself. So that he was really alone, and that he was like one person meeting the one after the other after the other. It's like Le Petit Prince, the Little Prince, where actually the Little Prince meets one after the other. And it was kind of same idea. You crawl in somebody's life, you meet him, and he tells you something, and then you snap out of it again. And the more you meet, the more you learn. Not only about yourself, but about the situation too. Yeah?
I can take one more question, or I can, if there is. Yes, ma'am?
As human beings going through life with a singular perspective on everything, how were you able to so completely capture so many various characters? What kind of inspiration, what kind of mediums did you draw from?
What were your inspirations for this, for the characters?
Well, okay, I have to be honest now. I'm a mind eater, which means I write about a story of 40 pages, and then I asked my actors, because it's the same cast as I had for Ex-Drummer, so I wanted to have the same cast because I really liked them. They became friends, and some of them already years of friends. So, and I asked them one by one, and I confronted them with their character. So, and I asked them questions, you know, how would it be? How would they react? How would they feel? So, and with all those answers, I started to rewrite the script. And then I started also to improvise with them. And then I rewrote the script again. And so, it's a kind of evolution I always do. I did it with Ex-Drummer, and always try to work like in theater, because I started in theater when I was younger. You improvise with actors, and you work with actors till you have the perfect character, because I'm only one person. Maybe sometimes I'm two, but you know. maybe tonight or something. But I'm not 10 persons, and that's something that writers or directors sometimes do wrong, because you cannot be all those different people with all those different feelings, and that's how I work actually.
And it worked really, really well for you. On behalf of everyone here and the Toronto International Film Festival Group, thank you very much for sharing your work with us.